I was talking to a psychiatrist.
Mm.
Um, not like, not for like help. Like I know a girl who's a psychiatrist.
You know a lot of women, yeah. You know a lot of women.
I don't know that. I don't know that many women, but I do know a psychiatrist, and she said that like I found out there's not actually like that long chair that you can like lay in, and the psychiatrist is behind you,
Really?
like listening to you
I
and all your thoughts.
I disagree. I've been to a psychiatrist a lot, and they've had that chair every time.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I had a very distraught childhood, and they thought that would help.
So you would.
So I would sit in a chair and not talk about my problems to a stranger. So I would, yeah.
Wait, so you would lay down and you're facing like the wall or like facing a bookshelf.
The ceiling is really where I'd face.
So you'd face the ceiling?
It was just a wall, but...
So why is this psychiatrist lying to me?
I don't know. She's probably just a bad psychiatrist.
That's what I'm thinking.
How can you open up if you're not comfortable?
Because I was like, what are you? Yeah, exactly. I thought that was the whole point of going to a psychiatrist, is that you like got comfortable and you like opened up with your feelings, and I was like, so what do they do? Just sit in like a regular chair? And she was like, no, I have a couch. And I was like, oh, okay, so you can lay down on your couch. They lay down on your couch, and she's like, no, they don't lay down. They sit there. Like if they lay down, that'd be weird. Everyone, this is Stinks. We didn't introduce ourselves, but Stinks is honestly the only one
that matters.
Yeah, that you need to know.
She's a star. She's the real reason we did this pod, was so we could get her on camera.
We need to. You know what's crazy is that she like waited.
She did. She knows. She's a smart.
We've been setting this up for like an hour.
She's a slut for the camera. She's just like her daddy. She's just like her. She loves attention.
She's a slut.
She's a little slut.
You little Stinks the slut.
Oh, she's my favorite thing though.
I fucking love cats, dude.
She's the best cat. If you have a cat, meet the cat.
This is the cat of cats. This is the cat that's gonna make it to the end of times.
Yeah, she's great. But yeah, psychiatrist. They should have a cat you could pet in there. That'd be nice.
Probably allergies.
Yeah.
Is the reason why they don't. Because then if she was a psychiatrist with a cat,
That's a good point, Anthony. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing screams mentally unstable like, I'm a single person with a cat.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm a single person with a cat. I'm a man with a cat.
He's a man with a cat. That's the best, dude.
I'm not gay.
I feel like women love men with cats. Most women, I feel like a man with a cat, but I have been seeing lately that there's not that they're starting to hate on men with cats.
They've been hating on me for a minute, bro. I'm sure. No,
been hating on me since before the cat.
Look, on paper, it's probably not the greatest, but I only have one cat, and she's chill. And to be honest, I'd have a dog, but I just don't think I'd be able to take care of a dog.
Here. Well, I feel like one cat's not bad. Like, one cat just means, like, okay, you need a companion.
Yes.
You're taking care of the cat. Now, when you get the second cat, that's when, like, heads start turning. Like,
That's when you start becoming a cat person.
Yeah. I had 2 cats.
And
I had to get rid of one because one of them was just, like, I didn't, like, euthanize it or anything.
Y'all said you just what were their names?
Cersei.
Cersei?
Yeah, after Game of Thrones, because I thought the cat was gonna grow up to be a little like troublemaker.
You thought she was gonna bang her brother and bring the kingdom to their knees? I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel like that's what cats do.
They're not wrong. Shane.
But
Shane.
like,
when she got in trouble, were you like, Shane? Shane? Shane.
No, dude, and she ended up being like the nicest cat. She ended up being like a really sweet lover cat and not a troublemaker at all. Now my black and white tuxedo cat, who I named Kilo, aka my little friend. And
gave you a bump. Sorry.
Dude, she would like get onto my, like in the middle of the night while I was sleeping, would get onto like the post of my bed frame and jump directly onto my face.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just like you thought you were asleep.
Like this flag would be down. This you could not have anything hanging. She would tear it down.
That seems uncomfortable.
So I found a guy who would take her who who had like no frames and no flag. He didn't have furniture.
He's gonna kill that cat, and that cat is dead.
The cat's still alive. I'd still
eats-
talk to the guy. The cat's still there.
He's eating that cat.
That
cat has been eaten by that man.
There's just a fire in the middle of his There's just a fire in the middle of his living room, like just like a bundle of sticks. That's all I had. That's all I had.
Was he Haitian?
No, he wasn't Haitian. He was white. But
that's scarier. That's scary.
yeah, I miss those cats. They're sick. Oh yeah, the psychiatrist. She said she has a couch, and then I was like, oh, so people lay on the couch, and she's like, no, that would be weird. Like they sit down. And then it was the same thing you were saying. I was like, well, how did shouldn't they be comfortable? Like if I'm in a psychiatrist's office and all you have is a couch, I'm laying on the couch. Not only that, dude, I'm gonna lay with my head, like my feet are gonna be like where my head is. Like
yeah, like I'm gonna
be like really getting deep into this conversation,
trying to get into a weird position.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
sharing feelings is hard.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, why are your feet like where your head should be? And I'm like, because this is like, she's like, how do you deal with trauma? I'm like, I don't know, upside down. That's how I deal with trauma.
Upside down. Like a lot of sluts, they deal with it upside down.
Upside down.
And with their
on my back,
ankles near their head. That's funny. But yeah, psychiatrists. I've always had a weird thing with psychiatrists because I would go. Like, I had ADHD as a kid, and they would be like, we're going to go med you up, dude. And, I don't know.
What kind of meds did you take?
I took Ritalin, and it made me like a serial killer. It turned, like, I'd kill squirrels for fun. Like, it turned me into a Jeffrey Dahmer type. It was interesting.
Really?
Yeah, so my mom took me off Ritalin because...
Because you were killing squirrels?
I was killing squirrels. I was looking at my sister like, how is your next? Like... It was a bad time. I was like 9, but here's the thing. 9-year-old me, I know you don't know it, I'm a giant man. I was a giant 9-year-old.
Yeah.
I was bigger than you at 9 years old. I weighed more at least. I'm not sure if I was taller, but I definitely weighed more than you.
I wonder if they can like see.
I mean, you could see in the camera how big. I'm a big dog.
So like this is 9-year-old Mason.
And yeah, I would kill things for fun. And I don't really remember that time of my life. It was like a dark period. Like I don't remember. Like I would like black out and like do evil things.
You were like on a bender.
Yeah, essentially.
You were the Dahmer of Michigan.
Westland, Michigan.
That's crazy. You could have been a serial killer.
I mean, I still can be.
You could definitely. You could still.
Anything's
never
in the
too
air.
late.
I'm in a whole new state, dude. I could do anything I want.
That's great. Did you know that there were murders happening right down the street from you here at Lady
Really?
Bird? Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm joking. I've had no clue. I know I've heard about like the Rainy Street murders down here.
Really? I heard that they found. Well, actually, so I haven't done much research
We need
into
a Jamie.
it.
We need a Jamie.
Yeah, we did. Look this up.
Nick Hartley looked this up. Anyone look this up. But
like they, because I was like I like walking. I was talking to another woman, and I told her I like to walk around Lady Bird and like get coffee and like the normal thing.
Just be a cool guy.
Yeah, just being a cool guy. Like
cool guy who fucks.
I like long walks. I like long walks in nature that are connected directly to a city. But she was like, "Oh, did you hear about the murders that happened there?" And I was like, "No, I've never heard about the murders." And she's like, "Yeah, they found like over the last couple like years, they found like 4 bodies, all like the same characteristics, right?"
Are they homeless?
I don't know. I haven't done any research.
You're killing homeless. You're doing a civil service. I'm keep it up. No, I don't. But, I'm not going to stop you. But,
I feel like the homeless out here aren't even that. They're, like, not that crazy. Like, they're hanging out on, like, stairwells.
But, like you're living on a stairwell. That's crazy.
Well, there's a mix. Like, there's there's the guys that are like on a stairwell with 5 other dudes. They look like they're pretty clean and they're drinking beer together. And they'll like when you walk by or like you park near them, they'll be like, "Hey man, I'll wash your car for like a 6-pack." And like that's a pretty good deal.
No, it's not. It costs like $7 to wash your car.
Yeah, but then you got to do it. Well, I guess they're not cleaning the inside of your car. Could you imagine?
I would never let them inside of anything I own. I would never. I'll have a dirty car. I don't.
If you're gonna wash my car, I'm gonna leave you my keys, and you're gonna vacuum the inside.
No. No.
And I'll give you 2 12-packs. You get a 24. You get a 24 case, and you get my keys, and then you can drive around Lady Bird and kill people. I don't like they find bodies, and then I was kind of like shook a little bit. Like, how come I didn't know about the murders that happened at Ladybird? Like, shouldn't there be like a sign, like, you know, hey, if you walk around this lake, beware, we're finding bodies. Austin is just crazy when it comes to like the police force.
There's not a lot going on.
Like,
here.
what do they do though?
They solve serious crime. Like look,
shouldn't they solve that one?
When you live, but like it's hard to solve murder. Like it's
that's their job. Isn't that what they all want to do? Is be like homicide detectives?
I don't know what a cop wants.
Dude, I was out front of. I was doing that 420 show, and have 420 ATX, whatever it's called, and they were out front, and these cops in like Stinks, you are funny. These cops in like a little what are those dune buggy type? It's like a like it looks
4x4.
Yeah, it's like a 4x4. They pull up to a guy directly in front of him, like lights shining on him. Just pull up directly in front of him. He's got a backpack on, and over the intercom or like the loudspeaker, they're like, "Hey, this is a non-drug dealing area. Your intent here is to sell drugs. You need to leave this area. We're going to come back in an hour, and if you're still here, we will have all the authority to, like, I don't know, arrest you or whatever." But
isn't everywhere in Texas a non-drug dealing area? Isn't it illegal everywhere?
Yeah.
Like, just so I could make my apartment, like, we could deal drugs here and everything's fine. Like, what?
Yeah.
I disagree with that premise.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, if we're dealing drugs out of this apartment, they are gonna come knock on the door and be like, "Hey, we know you're selling drugs. We're gonna give you an hour to get rid of all your drugs. But if we come back and there's still drugs here, then we're gonna arrest you." And it's like, "Oh, thanks for the heads up, buddy."
It's more helpful than anything. It's like, hey, in an hour, we're going to be here to arrest that.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm going to arrest the guy.
I'm going to be too busy to sell you drugs in the next hour. But don't worry, tomorrow, I got you.
At a certain point, with the drug... Like, I don't know, I love drugs. I think drug dealers should be a protected class. Kind of like, you know, white women or...
Well,
you know,
I feel like we're from places... Like, I'm from Phoenix. You're from Detroit. So... we don't deal with drug dealers anymore.
Well, no, unless you're doing like hardcore things, and those guys are scary. But like I
don't want to deal with the meth dealer.
It's so easy just to be able to walk. Like, I don't know why you just can't walk into a store here and buy weed. I don't know. Like, Texas is supposed to be free, like the freest state, and I just disagree with that. Kind of, but I like Texas. It's fun.
Texas
we should
is
be
cool.
illegal.
Yeah, I hate that we're allowed to buy recreational marijuana in different states.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
just having fun and watching a movie. Who wants to do that?
Like, you can walk into a place and be like, "I want 200 milligrams of in the form of an horchata." That's insane.
And they're like, cinnamon or...
Yeah. And you're like, "Actually, I want I want the toaster strudel. Ooh. I want the 300 milligram toaster strudel." Like, that's so dangerous. What about the children?
As a fat guy, I disagree with the idea that edibles should taste good. I really do. I really do disagree with that idea.
It is cool. We got an ad.
We got an ad.
This
for our
episode's
time.
actually brought to you by 2 white women and a
It's
Australian Shepherd.
Dutch Bros. That's cool.
Is there Dutch Bros? There is Dutch Bros.
There is a
out
Dutch
here.
Bros. It was right across the street from that radio thing you were doing. Fly Emirates.
And I could never afford that. Oh my goodness.
Dude, maybe one day we could.
Once this,
Podcast really.
once we just blow up,
Yeah,
we can be as happy as those two people.
Dude, you're not happy sleeping in a plane, even if it is the lap of luxury. No one's like, oh yeah, dude, I gotta sleep in the sky in a comfortable bed.
What's her name?
Jenna Ortega?
Oh my god.
Yeah. She's
Jenna
a little young
Ortega.
to say oh my god too, I think, but I agree.
She's a little young. She's like my age.
No.
Yeah, she
no,
only.
Jenna Ortega's like 22, 20.
Nick Hartley, pull up how old is Jenna Ortega?
Jenna Ortega is. Jenna Ortega is.
Well, guys, Jenna Ortega is actually a grown woman.
Yes, she is. She's a grown woman. Why can't
Jenna
I pull this
Ortega's
off?
got to at least be old, maybe older than you, but younger than me.
If you type in any young female's name and age after, you should be put on a list.
Yeah. But she's definitely...
She's 22.
Okay, I thought she
So-
was older than 22.
I mean, just legal.
It is... she's very mature for a 22-year-old.
Very mature. She's grown up. Wow, she's really grown up, huh? She's really...
Huh, stinks.
Stinks.
Yeah, I think the no recreational weed, which is fine, but now you have to go through a drug dealer. But the thing about going through a drug dealer for weed is that he's going to try to get you to buy his other drugs too.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Like, because I wasn't talking to a guy at the Creek in the Cave like this week about buying drugs, and was he? You got to respect the upsell. You gotta.
You always upsell.
You always gotta respect. Like, you say what you want, but the upsell is crazy with drugs. I'm just trying to buy weed, right? And he's like, "You want to do some mushrooms?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want." Yes.
Like, actually, I had no intentions of buying. But where does it end? You start with the mushrooms.
That's where it ends for me. That's where I get out. Maybe some acid down here. I'll try some. Sorry, Mom. Mom, I love you. Grandma, I love you. I'm sure you'll watch this. I'm not doing any drugs down here, I promise.
The 4 views we're going to get are going to be your grandma, your mom, and my grandma, and my aunt, and my mom. So 5 views. That's not bad for the first episode of a pod.
Anthony's abuelita. Hola. Me llamo Mason. Soy de Detroit. Soy de...
Yo hago los drogas. Los drugs.
Yo, me gusta comico.
My grandma's sick, dude. She speaks really good English, but like still has like the accent and stuff like that. But like she doesn't really curse a lot, but if you get her really mad, she will curse. But it's like such a thick accent, you know, that she'll be like if she gets upset, she'll be like, shit. She'll say shit. Her favorite movie is a movie about a singer. I forget. Someone look it up.
The Wedding Singer.
No, it's an old movie about like a singer, and I think she ends up like getting sick and passes away, or like her best friend gets sick and passes away. The movie's called Beaches. Well, my grandma has like a running joke where she tells everyone like, I love my favorite movie in this world is a movie that I can't say. But then she always says it, you know. Everyone will be like, what's it called? And she'll be like, it's called Bitches.
That's where Anthony got his comedy genius from.
Yeah, my grandma.
Was his grandmother.
Well, dude, one time I'm like smoking and doing like hoodlum things with my friends, you know, like smoking with cigarettes, you know.
Ooh.
And
kids with cigarettes.
Yeah,
dude, kids with cigarettes. They don't make them anymore, dude.
Bro, they don't.
They all vape now.
Yeah, it's kids with jewels, and that's gay.
Okay. Kids with cigarettes used to put fear to my heart.
I like how we both have vapes.
A man that vapes?
Yeah.
Also gay.
Super gay as hell. As where we'll end up if we keep smoking vapes and being gay.
That'd be really funny. Instead of like getting cancer like from cigarettes, like vaping just turns you gay. It's just like
it seems like a common side effect.
It's
that's got to be what happens. But dude, she pulls up or like dude, we're like it's like me and all my friends, and dude, out of nowhere, it's just like smoking with cigarettes. I like saying smoking with cigarettes. We're smoking, and like cut to like me taking a drag to like my grandma's there, and like she just starts like whooping the shit out of me in front of all my friends, and all my friends like run, and they hop a wall.
That's a good.
And then,
good friends.
Yeah, they're great friends, right? They all run, and then like I'm getting my ass beat, and I'm telling my grandma like, "Grandma, stop," you know, and she's not like, she's just doing what any grandma's gonna do to like a kid, yeah, just smacking me and stuff, and then like I turned to the wall that they all hopped, and it was like cats all along the wall, just like all my friends like, oh, let's watch Anthony get his ass beat by his 60-year-old Mexican grandma.
I mean, you can't step in if a grandma's beating up their grandson. You can't be like, hey, bro, you can't be like, you want me to fuck up your grandma for you?
But you can't watch. Could you imagine?
You gotta watch.
I'm getting beat up by my grandma, and then my friends start fighting my grandma, and then I have to fight my friends, and then it's just like
And then your grandma still beats the shit out of you?
Dude, my grandma would mess all of us up.
Yeah, grandma. I love my grandma. My grandma... She doesn't curse, really, ever.
Yeah.
I've never seen her... I've seen her do it once. And she called my ex-stepmom a bitch. I remember that. It was pretty sick.
She's like, you're a beach. My favorite movie is Your Stepmom's a Beaches.
Beaches. My grandma does not have a cool accent. She's from Michigan her whole life. She's a white lady from Michigan.
She's from... you guys have an accent.
Yeah,
it came out the other day.
Yeah, but it's rare. Like...
I forget what you said.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Oh yeah. We live in
like, do you want to eat a toaster strudel that's 200 milligrams? You're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
You betcha.
Should we go to the whiteboard?
How's she going? The whiteboard. You want to go to the whiteboard?
Yeah, let's go to the whiteboard. First thing on the whiteboard.
On
the whiteboard is Drake Jew Black.
And I've noticed it says I don't know who wrote it on there. They have a ghost who writes ideas on there. It's not me. Oh, it's definitely not me in my apartment writing things down.
Your ghost is a better comedian
all my
than
good
will
bits
ever be.
come from the ghosts I live with.
It's just the voice inside your head.
That's all it is.
We can skip that one.
No, let's dance on Jew Black.
On Jew Black.
Let's dance on this hill. Yeah. Drake is black, but he's also Jewish, and
on what side? What's
his? I'm pretty sure his dad's black from Memphis. Yeah, his dad's black from Memphis.
And he used to be a pimp, right? According to the new song Nokia.
Look, he was on Degrassi. I'm not really buying this tough upbringing from Aubrey. Graham. I'm not.
Could you imagine being on Degrassi but your dad's a pimp? Like, how does that work?
He pimped you out.
Dude, his dad is a pimp then. But he's pimping his own son.
We're going to get killed for Drake this, baby. No, we're not.
If Drake kills me because I called him a Jew...
That'd be pretty
Jewish.
A
black Jew?
Be pretty Jewish. Pretty Jewish. No.
We're not lying.
No, he's Jewish. And it's just like... It's like maybe he should lean more into that instead of like saying the N-word. He should start saying like...
Assalamu alaikums. Is that Jewish?
The K word is a word. I'm not going to say it.
We'll save that one for another episode.
We'll say... That's Patreon. If we ever get a Patreon, we'll drop some slurs.
Oh, dude. If we get a Patreon, oh man,
we're dropping some bombs. We're not.
Yeah, no, we will. We're dropping bombs like.
I don't really hold back any. I don't want to say the N word. I just want to. I'll look into the camera and say I have no desire to say the N word.
I do when I'm like everyone does when you're rapping, you know. Not when like you're freestyling like off the top of the dome, but like if you're singing along to songs, like you're not gonna listen to Kendrick and not drop one when you're in a car by yourself. It's fire.
Look, I wish I could say that's never happened. I wish, but this isn't a fairy tale.
Do you look around when like if you stop at a stoplight? Do you look around to make sure no one's watching?
No.
Or do you just say it and like...
Because like, it feels like when you're in your car, like you're in your own little world. Like there's nothing from the outside world could affect you.
Yeah, I be blasting music, and I know they can hear the music, and sometimes I feel like they're watching, like...
Is he gonna
say it? And it's like, I could be...
I'm gonna say it.
Is it bad to lip read it? Like, what if you're not actually saying it? What if you're just listening to the song and you're just like,
whoa.
Is that bad?
Probably not good. It's probably not good.
It's not the best, but it's better.
And I don't feel like, as a white guy to Mexican, this is our conversation to really have.
No, this is the perfect dynamic.
We need a black correspondent to
Nick
bring in.
Nick Hartley.
Nick Hartley.
Can you be black for a second?
I wish you guys knew Nick Hartley. We're going to get Nick Hartley on this pod pretty early and often, I assume. At one point, we'll get him in here.
It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, like, Nick Hartley, as much as he is a white comic, sometimes I hear him talk, I'm like, he could be a black comic.
He'd be a lot cooler if he was.
I mean,
do you think Nick Hartley's going to be content with what we're saying?
No.
Yeah, I don't
he's
think
going to be a very... I love Nick.
I think he's going to, like...
Be like, why did you talk about me?
Yeah, why did you guys talk about me? That's exactly.
We didn't say anything bad.
Well, I didn't say anything. Like, you guys can't even have me on the pod, but you're going to...
Talk about me?
Yeah, and you're going to do an impression of me that's actually kind of good?
I don't know if it's good.
We'll get Nick Hartley on the pod so we can do impressions of him, and you guys can decide if
we're good.
if it's good or not.
We love Nick Hartley, but
we do love Nick Hartley, and we hope he's probably crushing right now in Denver.
Yeah, I'm sure he's absolutely demolishing a room right. He has road work right now, so you could tell he's
a traveling comedian.
He's a big deal.
He deserves it.
He's the next big thing. You guys don't know this, but
we got the border.
The border.
The border would be a good way to close it out because we got a couple minutes. Got about 3 minutes to talk about the border.
What is the border? What is like? No, I don't really think anyone's coming in the border right now. But also,
they're definitely not in Texas. Like, or is it just Austin where they're not?
Because where I'm from, we have a border, but it's very different than this border. Like, we have the Canadian border, like literally 10 minutes away.
Dude, Texas has borders inside of its own borders. Like they got border patrol stops that are not like at the border.
Well, yeah, you gotta make sure there's anyone snuck through. You gotta get them.
Dude, you
gotta go get them, dude.
It's like, all right, this one slipped through the crack. So we'll catch them at the next 5 border stops.
That's not very fair, I guess, but.
Dude, I got stopped at the border by a Mexican border patrol agent who was just like the biggest jerk there ever was, and they're doing their job, sure, but like, it's weird like being a Mexican that's like, I'm more border patrol agent than Mexican at this point. He's like, he's like going home to like his white wife.
He might. No.
And then like,
right.
He's just hoping that like after. Like he's like in a few generations, like they're not even gonna know they're Mexican. Like, it's insane. He stopped me because he said I was high, or like he was like, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" And to be fair, when he asked me that, I was like, "What?" Like I didn't hear him ask me. So he was like, "I said, are you a U.S. Mexican?" And then like before I could even answer again, he's like, "Are you high?"
Were you high?
Yeah, I was high. I was definitely high.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what, that guy...
I didn't say he was wrong.
He nailed it. You were a Mexican and you're high. This guy seems good at his job.
Dude, my back windows were rolled up and he was like, "Who's in the back seat?" I was like, "There's no one in the back seat, dude." And he's like, "Are you sure? You're sure you're not high?" I was like, "I'm not high." And he's like, "All right, I'm going to take your word for it." I was like, "Bye." And I literally took off.
You're like, you didn't say K. You said what? In like the whitest
I know, right?
possible.
It was like, K? This is perfect timing for your AC to turn on, though.
So
right at the end of the episode. No, it's good because it lasted the whole time.
Do you think, like, when, like, Mexican dudes get pulled over like that, they go, like, they try to, like, enter their best American accent, like, hello.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm on my way to the HEB.
Is there a Starbucks nearby? That is funny, like, making fun of the American accent, like, just doing it.
The
like,
burger thing. Like, I'll have 2 hamburgers, please.
We order cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah, you dumbass.
You ever see
This is the end of the episode. We can cuss.
Cuss.
Fuckers.
Fucking, yeah.
Man, you son of a bitches. All right, we got 19 seconds.
Right.
Anything you want to say before you...
This was our podcast.
Yeah.
The name is probably good for retention or
the Retention Podcast. So we hope to see you guys back here.
We hope to retain you.
Later. Dude, that was good. That was it.
29.50.
Look at that.